Let's go into the night with Rick Ballou on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
Down the month, and what a month it has been. A lot of good, I guess, for some, and a whole heck of a lot of bad. And that is what we are going to fix beginning tonight. We've got tonight, we've got tomorrow, we've got Thanksgiving. Or excuse me, we got Halloween coming up in 48 hours, which to me, arguably next to Thanksgiving, is the greatest holiday year in, year out. Love it. Seems like the country wants to be scared. Horror films on all-time high. True crime on all-time high. Fiction when it comes to murder and other such things on all-time high. I mean, no matter where you go, Hulu. Is there anything better than living on Hulu? Or Prime, or Netflix, or YouTube. I mean, it's just all over the place. So, yeah, we like to be scared, and a lot of us live scared, which can be a good thing, I guess. It can also be absolutely, totally pathetic, right? And that is why right now, I'm going to slam this table, and I'm going to tell you, we're 1 week away from massive change. And I want to start it now. It is the 92.5 FM Into the Night Fix It campaign. Okay? I want to come into your homes. I want to come into your businesses. I want to meet with you. I do. I want to come to your barbecues. I want to slap backs. I want to kiss babies. I want to find a way to change what needs to be changed most. And look at next Tuesday for starters. It is the first edition of the college football playoff rankings, the corruptness, the filth that has been spewed for decades in college football. You just can't trust it, right? It's a good thing they don't ask for our votes because you know they wouldn't be worthy, right? We'll find out. And at 4 o'clock next Tuesday, the NFL trade deadline. Fix it. Fix it now. You have 7 days. You have 1 week to turn this bad boy around. Once again, you, as a Jaguar fan, you are disappointed. You have been let down by this organization. You have been let down by Trent Baalke. You have been let down by Doug Peterson. Guys like myself told you, hey, it's going to happen. You're going to be around for it. I see it. I'm at the Miller Electric Center every morning, every afternoon. These guys are practicing hard. These guys are getting after it. I mean, I actually saw there was a stint this year where I think they practiced for like 5.5 straight minutes before a water break. They were really getting after it back in the month of August at the MEC, the Miller Electric Center. So here we are, 1 week away. The Fix It campaign underway. What is next for this football team? I've got a bevy of moves that I would make that can start to reopen this organization, which you and I would agree, and no one agrees when you talk about fixing it. No one agrees when you talk about a change, right? Let's begin by bulldozering the entire thing. Just blow it on out. And I feel bad for good people who will lose jobs. It's going to happen. There's some good people over there. Not everyone deserves to lose it, but you've got to get rid of the stink. Do you understand? This is a losing culture. People around here accept losing. They've invented ways to lose games. They've done it every possible way that you can. Too many penalties, no time of possession, garbage on third down, can't play pass defense, special teams outside of maybe the best punter, and who knows, with this rookie kicker, have made mistakes when it comes to, penalties or what have you. It's just one after another after another. It really defines a losing franchise. You can't keep people around in that situation. You need fresh faces. You need fresh voices. You need a brand new identity, because what you want, you're never going to get. You want these players to care the way that you do, and they don't. It's their job, okay? They don't care about you. They don't care how you feel. Sure, every once in a while you get a nice guy who's pretty genuine, who will say the right things, but he's one of them. He's one of a million. He's one of the entitled with God-gifted ability, and he's going to go from here to there. Cam Robinson traded by next week. Do you think he's going to pen a goodbye letter after 8 years here? He can't wait to get out. Look at how he treated himself. What a total lack of professionalism on the sideline this past Sunday. Andre Cisco said they quit. He looked like he quit, and then he pulled up lame. I mean, he went to like the oldest trick in the book. That used to happen in like Little League and Pop Warner, and you get like, I hope he's okay. Oh, you got beat. And I'm not going to go as far as to say you faked an injury, okay? Because I like you. I do. I like Andre Cisco. He's just been really, really bad. I don't know if you can get anything from Andre Cisco, honestly. I mean, this organization, 5-6 years ago, couldn't even get a bag of balls for Leonard Fournette after the guy put up 1,700 yards in the line of scrimmage. Doug Marrone and Dave Caldwell knew he was a bad teammate. I loved Leonard, but that was the deal, okay? I mean, seriously. It didn't matter if you won 30-0 or lost 30-0. You could never tell with Leonard Fournette. Wasn't affected by it. Didn't care. His paycheck cleared, right? He was going to be back there next week. And that's the most difficult part of all of this, is that you want them to care the way that you care. They never will, okay? And they latch on to the negative. They'll use that as motivation if they ever do turn it around and win. Instead, the thought process needs to be this. How do you fix it? How do you get the right people to channel the emotions of this football team, to push the right buttons? Doug Peterson is way too passive. Doug Peterson is way, way, way too much of a player's coach, right? And good luck with that. Because, again, if you bring in the firm disciplinarian, if you bring in someone who's going to get all over them, they could very easily rebel and just quit on you. Just look at you and laugh. No one wants to be yelled at anymore, right? Kids have rights. Teenagers have rights. Kids in grade school have rights. These football players have rights. The days of being, I'm the coach, you're the player, I tell you what to do, you do it. If you don't like it, I'm going to get on your ass. They're gone. You can't do it to them anymore. You got to treat them like men. That's why every Sunday afternoon you hear Doug Peterson say, we got to clean that up. He's 8 for 8 this year on clean it up. That means every week this team continues to make mistake after mistake after mistake after mistake. Good luck, but it's underway. It's the 92.5 FM Into the Night Fix It campaign. All right, I have quite a few ideas that I do want to address, but as always, we are incredibly interactive here. Myself along with JJ LaSelva, no one bounces back and forth more with a listener than we do on this show. Why? We learn. I'm not afraid to admit it. I learn every single night from you. And I also appreciate the ideas from diehard Jaguar fans, okay? That, to me, is the most important part of all of this. And I want to add a second ingredient to it, if I'm allowed, okay? What is the biggest surprise? We're 8 games in. I mean, you're out of it. We're not even out of October, and you're out of the playoff race. This has just been a colossal embarrassment, top to bottom. What is the biggest surprise? I'll tell you without question what the biggest surprise is for me. and then I'll allow you to get on in on this, all part of the Fix It campaign, along with this question: what is the biggest surprise? 641-1010 text line brought to you by Lifetime Enclosures. Without even thinking about it, it's Ryan Nielsen. You talk about me buying this? Wow. I mean, I met him the day that he came in. I was upstairs, the media, where the media does the players come in and speak on the podium, and it's a part of the Miller Electric Center that is just wonderful. I mean, just absolutely spectacular if you consider the way it used to be, next door back in the old stadium. It's a elite facility. And he was walking around. I remember that day because we had pizza, and it was all over the place, pizza boxes. And all of a sudden, here comes Doug Peterson, and he's walking around with Ryan Nielsen. And I just shook his hand and met him and said hello and, had like a 30-second conversation. It wasn't much more than that. And then we had an opportunity to meet him. I don't remember when the time frame was, but not too long after, he was introduced as Jacksonville's defensive coordinator. I ate it up. And much like you, I lived through the Gus Bradley, Todd Wash years. I lived through the Mike Caldwell years, where all of a sudden, looking back on it, I guess that defense wasn't as bad as many of us thought. Remember when they fired that side of the defense, outside of Bill Shuey, the outside linebackers coach, someone, an anonymous source, an offensive coach, said the wrong side of the staff was fired. That was a ball-hawking defense. I remain a big fan of Deshae Townsend. Based on my conversation with Deshae, I guess going back now 3 years ago. And they forced 27 takeaways in 2022. They forced 27 takeaways in 2023. They have 3 this year in 8 games. You can add a 4th with the fumble recovery on special teams by Daniel Thomas. 3 in 8 games. All right. But Ryan Nielsen, his approach, his press conference, he's a wordsmith. Okay. He had me. And I was thinking, this is going to be fun. I mean, we're going to run a 4-3. He's going to blitz guys. He's man-to-man. He changes all sorts. And then there was like this big cloud of confusion. And maybe I should have been more aware when Trent Baalke told us, well, it really is a zone defense. And we're all like, we're reading these numbers. Trent, are you telling us that Pro Football Focus is lying? Are you telling us that, what is it, Gen Stats or whatever the heck they are lying, that, the ESPN index is lying? No one plays more man-to-man than Ryan Nielsen. Then all of a sudden we talk to the general manager saying, well, it's really a zone defense. And all of a sudden it's like, oh, okay. We certainly discussed it. And I remember how the conversation went. It was, Trent doesn't know what's going on. And then we find out that it's really Trent's guy. It's Trent's hire. It's not Doug Peterson. Trent Baalke's the man behind Ryan Nielsen. But to me, that is the biggest surprise. It's more than anything that we've seen, wins or losses, any particular positional group, any player who has performed really well, and there's been a few of those, or any player who has performed below average, there's many of those. To me, it was Ryan Nielsen. I mean, I really thought that we were going to focus on defense this year and have this thing be so different as far as the eyes were concerned, seeing different alignments, seeing different types of packages, seeing guys do different things. And, you hear exotic blitzes and stuff like that. It just hasn't worked out that way. Certainly, he's not qualified to be a defensive coordinator with the talent that he has on this team. He doesn't have the ability to run the man defense the way that he wants. And I still don't know what he's done with that defensive line. Okay, I still don't know why they traded Trevis Gibson. I still don't know why they work Eric Armstead outside and inside. I still don't understand why week after week after week you have Hines Allen and you have Walker on the bench. right? And you look out there and you're like, who's at edge? And you're like, wait a minute, that's number, who is that? Is that 97? Is that Graziano? Is that it? Is that how you pronounce his name? Is he out there in a pass rush situation? That's Eric Armstead out there in a pass rush situation on the edge? And yeah, it has. It's been very confusing. So to me, that is it. And there's several others. Okay? So many that you can choose from. But that would be the one that I would list for the biggest surprise this year for the 2024 Jacksonville Jaguars. So let's get into it tonight. I can't do 2 hours of straight Jags talk. Frankly, it's too depressing. And there's a lot of other good things that are really going on, which I do want to move towards a little bit later on the program. But I still understand that just about all of you are diehard Jaguar fans. And that is why I want to look at this and then really begin to explore how does this thing get fixed? And oh, by the way, if you subscribe to the theory that it's not going to get fixed, I don't blame you. I don't blame you at all. I will sit here again and tell you, I think Trent Baalke survives this. I don't want to waste valuable airtime on that. I don't want to waste your attention, okay, your effort by texting us, telling me, Ballou, you're wrong, Baalke's going to get fired. I mean, I get 100 of those a day. Believe me, Duval, I hope I'm wrong, okay? I do. I hope I am wrong. I want it brand new. Start from scratch. And honestly, you've got maybe 12 guys that you can look at and say, this is who you build your team around. All of a sudden, what you do have to appreciate, and yes, I'm going to get into Trevor again today because it feels like we're at a point now with Trevor that there needs to be a definition, right? It just can't be Trevor Lawrence, fourth-year quarterback. That's not good enough. There has to be something above Trevor, whether you are totally disgusted and you dislike him and you think he is not a generational quarterback and he's never going to take this team to the Super Bowl, or you're the exact opposite, whereas he doesn't have an offensive line, the defense doesn't do a good enough job for him, Press Taylor and the coaching's been absolutely pathetic, and give this man the proper folks around him, the proper staff, a good offensive line, and then watch him cook. But we're going to do that in a little bit. It feels like, honestly, there has to be a definition for Trevor Lawrence, and I'm a little bit crazy on this because I just don't get it. It is what it is. He's a very inconsistent quarterback. He's got phenomenal talent. And this organization shouldn't have extended him. There was no reason to. But you all told me I was wrong, okay? Every single one of you. I don't care where you are. You told me I was wrong. You should have waited it out another year. At least if you waited it out another year, we could have used that as an excuse. Well, you know, if Trevor's deal was done, maybe he wouldn't fumble on the 5-yard line. If Trevor's deal was done, maybe he wouldn't hit, McKinney? Right in the numbers and allow Green Bay to take the ball over at the 28-yard line. That would have been a viable excuse. That's gone now. You paid him. But we'll do that in a little bit. You got yourself a star at wide receiver. You got one of the best tight ends in football. You got 2 backs, because I'm not trading Travis Etienne. You have 2 backs. Good football teams have 2 backs. Did I just say good football team? I did. You got a really, really good left tackle. Of course, this organization's playing him at left tackle because that's the way this organization does things. They draft guys at other positions, and then they ask them to play a totally new position. That's what you do when you're the losingest franchise in sports. And that's what the Jaguars have done. They did it with Anton Harrison. You want to take a bet right now who's going to be your starting left tackle next year? Cam Robinson or Walker Little? Why? It's going to be Anton Harrison. Hey, Anton, play 34 games for us at right tackle. And then next year, guess what? You get Trevor Lawrence's blind side. Let's throw you right in, man. Throw you right into it, right? They should trade Cam and put Anton Harrison at left tackle. That's what they should do. And see if Walker Little can play right tackle. And if he can't, bye-bye. So we got a lot to do tonight, and I'm looking forward to it. I'm telling you, I'm not going to rest until this thing is fixed. All right? And I promise you all, you're going to see me throughout town, banging on doors, asking for your vote. The Fix It campaign underway right here on 92.5 FM. Do want to thank Shmunez Vision. They're a big part of this. Have been since the beginning. All right? If your eyes are not where they need to be, well, if you watch football, that could be a good thing. But in everyday life, it is anything but. I feel for you, especially now with it getting darker earlier, right? We're going to have that time change coming up. If your eyes are bothering you, if you have issues, make an appointment today with Shmunez Vision. We're talking about more than 30 years worth of experience when you talk of Dr. Neil Shmunez and Dr. Catherine Shmunez when it comes to laser eye surgery. Imagine having 20/20 for the rest of your days. Now, serious issues, including cataract surgery, can petrify so many. And I get it. Sit down, talk to your doctor. A lot of these places, they'll tell you need surgery, then you want to bounce back with a question or two, but they're going to hurry on to another patient. They're going to say, no, I'm going to bring in for you the surgery counselor. He or she will handle all your questions. Why do you want to talk to a surgery counselor? Don't you want to talk to the person who is actually going to operate on you? That's what happens at Shmunez Vision. You'll talk to Dr. Neil. You'll talk to Dr. Catherine Shmunez. Check him out online. Fantastic website, Shmunez Vision. You can also get him on Instagram. Get the testimonials out there from those who have been a part of Shmunez family for quite some time. Again, you can get that at Shmunez Vision or Instagram, Shmunez Vision. All right, we are loaded tonight. We are absolutely ready to go. We are a week away. The fix-it process is officially underway. Yeah, it's bad. The season's over, and there's 11 games to play. Heartbreaking. But you're a diehard, and you can't leave them. You're a holic. You'll never leave them. It's in your blood. It's in your veins. It's in your arteries. You are a Jaguars fan. You'll never leave. How do you fix it? That's what we do tonight on Into the Night.
Get a Friday evening full of football fun.
I'm National College football writer Matt Hayes.
The big games, the big matchups.
Get you ready for football Saturday.
It's the Bueller Aaron Plumbing College Kickoff, Friday night at 6. Brought to you by Sonny's Barbecue on 1010XL.
Wow, John, my Clearwater sprinkler system looks great.
All right, Frank, let's go ahead and program your Rainbird timer. How many minutes do you want the zones to run?
John, I think we run from the front 20, the sides 15, the back 10, the garden 5. Clearwater scores!
Well, that's a first, Frank, but you're the boss.
Clearwater Irrigation. We can't sing a lick, but we sure are good at sprinklers.
And drainage to
ClearwaterJags.com.
Hello, First Coast. I'm sure by now you have seen our bright green GFL trucks and containers throughout the greater Jacksonville area. We're an industry leader in solid waste and would love the opportunity to earn your business. We're committed to customer service, reliability, and have an unwavering focus on safety. Whether commercial or construction, let us haul your waste away. Call 904-760-5880 to get a quote today from GFL, Green for Life.
This is Chelsea with Renewal by Anderson Custom Windows and Doors. Here's what people are saying about working with us.
Installers were professional, courteous, and efficient.
Great customer service. On time, explained the process, and walked me through the installation. Amazing team.
Our experience with Renewal by Anderson was outstanding from the beginning to end.
Renewal by Anderson, proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Visit rbafla.com.
License number CGC 1527613.
Renewal by Anderson Custom Windows and Doors.
I'm with Greg from Cycles of Jacksonville, and it is hot out there. You know that, Greg. But Honda has a plan for you on or off the road.
They do. There are a ton of Honda scooters, Honda mini motos, great for the beach. Also get you out in the woods with a Honda side-by-side. Plenty to do and stay cool.
Yeah, four-wheelers, and you can trick them out.
We can. From stereo systems to big builds, we do it all.
Everything's there for you to see. CyclesofJacksonville.com online or on Atlantic near Regency. Check out Cycles of Jacksonville.
Jags fans, looking for the perfect activity around the holidays? We've got you covered with the inaugural Teal Trot 5K. The race takes place outside Everbank Stadium, Saturday, December 21st. We can't wait to see you there. Your registration includes the 5K, a throwback Jaguars headband, and a ticket to the December 29th game against the Titans. Visit Jaguars.com/Teal Trot to sign up today.
The best teal-colored coverage includes Mia's Quick Hits.
Get the latest news from inside the building and around the league. I'm Mia O'Brien, 1010XL's NFL Insider.
Driven by Arlington Toyota. Available on the video and social channels of 1010XL.
Former Georgia defensive tackle and pro wrestler Bill Goldberg and Bowl standout and Georgia cornerback Mike Fisher will be inducted into the Florida-Georgia Hall of Fame. For tickets to the celebration lunch Friday, November 1st, go to GAFLJax.com.
Bueller Air and Plumbing presents Are You Cool?
Today's contestant, a gravy taster from Jacksonville, Florida, me, Dennis Mosley. Hi, Ken. Okay, Dennis. 100 plumbers surveyed, top answer on the board. What does it mean if someone says your home has hard water?
It's made of ice? Let's see, hard water. Oh, is it club soda mixed 4-to-1 with vodka?
Last chance, Dennis. What is hard water?
Oh, is it that lime scale stuff that makes my taps all crusty?
That's right, Dennis. And a water treatment system from Bueller Air and Plumbing will eliminate troublesome lime scale deposits that can ruin your expensive appliances and let your neighbors know for sure that you are cool.
I wonder if I can get me a gin and tonic faucet.
Stay cooler with Bueller.
Visit BuellerAir.com.
Hey, Icken here for Prize Pick. Download the app today and use code JAX, J-A-X, to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. That's promo code JAX to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks, man. Run your game.
Family owned and managed for 20 years, Hidden Hills Golf Club boasts a unique and welcoming golfing atmosphere. Visit us at hiddenhillsgc.com to book your next round on our Arnold Palmer signature course. You'll be glad you did.
Big Sur's here. My cigars are back in stock at Island Girl Gate Parkway. Buy a box and I will autograph it for you. Island Girl Gate Parkway is the place to enjoy a great cigar selection, a full bar, enjoy a daily happy hour from noon to 7 and all day Sunday. Enjoy college and NFL games from noon to 6. When you buy 5 cigars, you get 1 free. Plus, live music Friday and Saturday nights. For upcoming events, follow Island Girl Gate Parkway on Instagram and Facebook at islandgirl.gateparkway.
Mia here. When it comes to roofing, whether it be shingles, metal, or most repairs, there is one name that has protected your home since 1999. Pro-Jax Roofing. Serving all of Northeast Florida, Mike and his guys have been repairing and replacing roofs for 25 years. Need insurance help? Mike's team can help. Raised in a military family, Mike provides great attention to detail with unparalleled quality and workmanship. They also have warranties, so you can have peace of mind. Call Mike today for a free estimate or online at projaxroofingfl.com.
Collisions happen on every play in football. Collisions also happen every day on the road. If you need auto body repair, from a $30 job to a $30,000 job, trust San Jose Collision in Mandarin.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
Time, I've been passing time, watching trains go by.
Into the Night with Rick Ballou on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
Oh, Terry Garr. Oh, no. Terry Garr from Tootsie, ladies and gentlemen. 79 years of age, and she's gone. loved Terry Garr.
Something's telling me it might be you.
You know, growing up, I was a kid. I loved girls my age, and then you started to dive into, high school and college, and you'd find the Phoebe Cates. Then all of a sudden, it was like, who's that? Oh, son, that's Terry Garr. She was my first official yummy mummy. And there was a time where you were allowed to say that, and there was no negative feedback. Yes, kids, there was a time where you could say, I think that's an attractive lady. But Close Encounters of the Third Kind, Mr. Mom. I mean, can you imagine what life was back in the early 80s when the mom said, that's it, I'm going to go out and I'm going to work. You stay at home. Who was it, Martin Mull, I think, who stayed at home? I think it was him. Young Frankenstein, she was just beautiful. And always enjoyed Terry Garr. I haven't really seen her do anything, I feel like, in 10, 15, 20 years. But certainly growing up, she was a big part of it. So we continue to lose important people to our upbringing and what have you. And Terry Garr, gone at the age of 79. Now, she's a little bit older than you. Do you remember anything that she put together?
It's funny. I had just watched Young Frankenstein like last year for the first time ever, and I remember thinking like, wow, she's beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah, the movie's in black and white. Obviously, it's like meant to be fake old, to look like that. But yeah, I don't recognize her from anything else. I've never seen Mr. Mom. I've never seen Tootsie. By the way, it was Michael Keaton.
Michael Keaton, thank you. Thank you very much.
Mr. Mom.
Yeah, I think
she kind of skipped past me. I wasn't familiar with her work until Young Frankenstein.
I think Martin Mull was her boss.
Okay, yes,
in Mr. Mom.
He is on the...
Yeah, married to Michael Keaton, who's another spectacular actor. Now, have you ever seen Close Encounters of the Third Kind?
That's the alien one, right?
With Richard Dreyfuss?
I've never seen it. Never seen. I've seen.
Who plays Hooper and Jaws?
It used to come on AMC all the time, and I'd see like clips, bits and pieces. But no, is that one I need to watch?
Oh my God, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it's Dreyfuss right in his heyday. Not too long after Jaws, and Dreyfuss becomes. I don't know what I think he was doing gravity bong hits in the bathroom. And then all of a sudden, he just shows up one day and he starts building like this pile of mud.
Oh, it looks like
an
anthill, right?
In the middle of his living room.
Yeah, I have seen, like I said, parts of that, but I need to catch the full movie.
And Terry Garr's like, don't mind your dad. He's just going through a midlife crisis. Yeah.
So what, he saw something or he... like in a dream that made him try to reach UFOs?
The part by the train tracks is really, really deep, and then it dives into a television set. It's almost got like an E.T. flavor to it before E.T.
Yeah, 77. It was Spielberg.
Yeah. I haven't seen that. I don't even know if I saw it for a second time, so I may not have seen that since the late 70s. But I remember at the time, Close Encounters of the Third Kind was a very, very, very good movie. So, sad day. And while we're at it, Matt Meinrod died today. Another Florida State Seminole, man. I'm guessing he's going to be in his late 30s, maybe possibly 40. A guy that I covered, and we're just losing players, former players, way, way, way too soon. I'll get the age on Matt Meinrod coming up here in a little bit, but I saw that right before I rolled in here, and I'm like, you've got to be kidding me. I mean, Matt Meinrod, that's one of those guys, if you asked me when did Matt Meinrod play in the offensive line at Florida State, I would have said, well, what was that, like 5-6 years ago? Time just kind of goes by, and it doesn't register. Really came into place there. Ryan Nielsen's my biggest surprise in what has been an awful year. What's yours, JJ?
I was going to say Christian Kirk and like his absolute lack of anything. But now that he's hurt, it seems mean to say that. But yeah, I would say that Josh Allen hasn't really done much. I just think the pass rush, I'm not surprised the pass rush isn't doing much in general, but his stats have not been great. Yeah, I'm not surprised the defense sucked, honestly. And I don't think it's just a Nielsen thing. I think the roster's terrible. I think most of these defensive players probably wouldn't start on other teams.
Yeah. And there's no depth. And they're trying to create depth. And certainly that does include, unfortunately, some situations where Hines Allen should be on the field and Trayvon Walker should be on the field. And they are not on the field. And I don't get that part of it. All right. Incredible participation from you on our text line, 641-1010, brought to you by Lifetime Enclosures. I'm going to get there in just 1 second. Let me clean up. Yes. That's a Doug Peterson reference. Let me clean up some earlier comments on Trevor. And I'm shook, okay, because I don't understand why you need a definition on this now. But that's where we are with Trevor Lawrence. That there seems to be no in-between. And even with an incredibly patient football fan base, you want it to be determined right now. You want to know it's going to work, bam, flip the switch, it happens, or he's a bust. There's no wait and see. And I get it. This has been sped up because he got the contract. I don't need to tell you again that I wouldn't have paid him. I wouldn't have paid him. JJ wouldn't have paid him. We were the only two people in this town who wouldn't have paid him. Everyone else told me I was wrong. All right, whatever. And I'm not here to prove that I'm right. Trust me.
We didn't even say we wouldn't pay him. We said we'd wait.
Yes, of course. Yes, we'd wait. Yes, we'd wait. Right. Believe me, I want this to work. I mean, you want to go back in? I mean, look what happened today. Anthony Richardson's already been benched. I mean, my goodness, man. You talk about the AFC South. What a dysfunctional division. I mean, you got people here who don't know how to draft, don't know how to manage, don't know how to coach, don't know how to do things pregame, in-game, and postgame, don't know how to practice, don't know how to prepare. The Tennessee Titans are the laughingstock of the NFL. Why did they get rid of Mike Vrabel? I mean, Mike Vrabel is going to be able to basically pick his job next year. He's going to be one of the three hottest commodities in the NFL. Ben Johnson, Bill Belichick, and Mike Vrabel. Indianapolis, this is Chris Ballard, Steichen, this is it. It's not it. That has always been a little bit squirrely, if you ask me, particularly with Bill Polian. But all of a sudden, you look at the Indianapolis Colts, who still have an outside shot of making a run here. Now they say goodbye to Anthony Richardson, and, they'll start Joe Flacco. Why would you do that at this point in his career? I mean, let him exhaust it. He was hurt last year. I understand he took himself out, which is just so mind-boggling. I mean, how do you tap out as a quarterback?
Gotta lie about it.
It's you have what?
You gotta lie about it. Like, even if you are so tired that you can't call a run play or something, you can't tell the media that, right? You have to be like, yeah, my ankle or something. I had to tweak something that I had to sit out.
So anyway, this is encouraging if the right moves do take place, because and let's not forget where Houston was just a couple of years ago. All right, now and they are dealing with some bad news today with Stephon Diggs, who's gone for the remainder of the year with a torn ACL. So he is now lost. There is a real opportunity, and listen, you're coming off 9-8 seasons, so you're in the thick of it, but this thing can be turned around pretty quickly. And that's the beauty of the NFL. And that used to be what would haunt college football, is that if you didn't have the guys in your 85, you were going to be down and out for 1, 2, 3 seasons as a minimal. Now that can change overnight with the transfer portal. The NFL has always been built that way with a salary cap. And just look at the 5 or 6 coaching changes we see every year in the NFL. Look at the 4 to 5 first-round picks we see at the quarterback position every year in the NFL. And that's going to happen again this year. Teams are going to give up on their QBs. That's why it's really rare to see a Joe Flacco, a Baker Mayfield, a Jared Goff. Those are few and far between. Instead, it's organizations trading up, getting a first-round pick, using it on a quarterback. The leash becomes shorter and shorter and shorter now because no one builds programs. It's all about winning now. And if you don't win now, you're going to lose your job. So you're going to pull Zach Wilson. You're going to pull Anthony Richardson. And that's just the life we live in. Trevor Lawrence is signed. He's your guy. But I'm confused still by Peterson's comments on Sunday and how that offended many of you that he didn't gush over Trevor Lawrence. I still don't understand that, okay? Trevor is a generational quarterback. He was the top pick. He has to make sensational plays. Average is not good enough for Trevor Lawrence. We get it. There's poor coaching. There's poor play calling. The 15-play scripted plays never work because Jacksonville never scores in the first quarter. They go 3 and out and punt. They go 3 and out and punt. That is an absolute reflection of poor preparation and awful coaching. Trevor plays his best football when he's up against it, when he's running a no huddle, when he's calling plays at the line of scrimmage. He makes a pass like he did to Evan Ingram, which only a few men in the world can make. All right? That's Trevor at his best. But I'm really shocked by how you want a label on this guy. And you can't ride it out. You have no choice. You have to ride it out. And coming out today and saying he's this or that is wrong. It's incomplete. For others like Cam Robinson, it's fair. For Brandon Sheriff, it's fair. For Devin Lloyd, it's fair. For Andre Sisco, it's fair. It's not for Trevor Lawrence. He has been extended. It's not for Tyson Campbell. He has been extended. It's not for Josh Hines Allen. He has been extended. They have invested in them. Do you want them to get better? I get it. But I don't understand when you're 2-6. And even though Trevor made that great play, he still coughed up those balls inside Jacksonville's side of the 50-yard line. I mean, the 5-yard line. And I've seen the film. You go back and you watch it. Parker Washington and I think it was Christian Kirk are right near each other. Okay? Now, Parker doesn't play a lot, but he works at all three positions. A wrong route was run. Trevor went back to his old ways. He tried to make a play. He lost the ball. Is it entirely his fault? Yes. Yes. Did the offensive line not do its job? Yes. Did Kirk and Washington run a route where they were in the same exact spot, which cannot happen for a pro football team in week 8? That can't happen. This is their full-time job. I mean, that's ordering a steak and someone brings you out a lobster. It's fireable. And I get it. You don't want to hear, we got to clean that up. You're tired of being told that they're going to clean it up. You can't run the wrong route in week 8. What are they doing? Are they sleeping during meetings? Are they not paying attention? That's fireable. Do you understand what I'm saying? That is a fireable offense. So they ran the wrong route. The offensive line remained soft as puppy poo. Trevor has to get rid of the football. Bam. Simple as that. Get rid of the football. But that's not my point. You want it to be one or the other. And you're upset that the media is hard on Trevor, or you're upset that Doug Peterson didn't use his entire 45 seconds of the explanation of that great drive late in the game to put it all on Trevor. Instead, he mentioned some other guys. Why do you need that? Why do you need a verbal hug from Doug Peterson on Trevor Lawrence? Do you think Trevor Lawrence cares what you think? Trevor Lawrence cares about winning a football game. I mean, the guy's 2-6 in his fourth year. That's on him. They don't put records under Christian Kirk and Parker Washington. One of those two ran the wrong route. They don't put their career record underneath their name. They only do it under Trevor Lawrence. I am. I'm really surprised that with all the problems that you have with this football team, that Doug Peterson not gushing over Trevor Lawrence when Trevor Lawrence was responsible for 14 points directly to Green Bay, that you still need that. Again, it's a generational Z deal. I gotta believe that anyone around my age doesn't feel that way. They're going to put it on the quarterback. Get rid of the damn ball. But in our younger world where everyone gets love, everyone gets a trophy, oh no. Support the $55 million man. What's wrong with you, Doug Peterson? I don't mention the tight end. Don't mention Brenton Strange. Don't mention Dearness Johnson. Don't mention 2 backup offensive linemen in. Don't mention the great play by Evan Ingram. No. Trevor. Got to shake yourself. All right, let's get to you on the other side. Let's do that. 641-1010. The Fix It campaign into the night. How do you fix this bad boy? You have a trade deadline. Told you I had a couple of ideas. I'll share them with you. But I also want to get you involved. 641-1010. It's great to have you with us. He is JJ LaSelva. I'm Rick Ballou.
Did you know you can charge the all-new Honda Electric Prologue in the same receptacle as your phone? You don't need these special charging stations at your home. Simply plug in your Honda or your phone. See your local Honda dealer now. We're electrified.
Okay, listen up, team. They're out to test our reputation as the best plumber in Jacks, so we gotta play like the experts we are. When customers call with leaky faucets, broken water heaters, toilet repairs, broken pipes, or any other challenge, we'll give them the solution fast. Now, who are we?
Roland Reese Plumbing!
I can't hear you.
Roland Reese Plumbing!
Now that's what a winner sounds like. Customers always win with Roland Reese Plumbing at plumberinjacks.com.
What Major League Baseball park gives up the most home runs? The answer coming up.
Hurricane season is here, and now is the time to ask your agent about your homeowner's coverage. It's time to make the change to Southern Oak Insurance.
Our family protecting yours. Southern Oak Insurance.
According to Baseball Savant, Coors Field gives up more home runs and triples than any other Major League ballpark.
Southern Oak Insurance. Our family protecting yours.
The 41st Annual Wave Masters Pro-Am Surf Contest, presented by Favor Gray, is Jacksonville's largest surf event and returning to the Jacksonville Beach Pier October 5th. 20 grand in cash given away for the Marker 32 Longboard Pro, the Taco Lou Men's Pro, and the US Assure Women's Pro. If you want to compete, enter at Sunrise or Aqua East Surf Shops today. The 41st Annual Wave Masters Pro-Am, presented by Favor Gray, October 5th at the Jacksonville Beach Pier. Come watch the best surfers in Northeast Florida compete.
Hello there. Brendan from Play It Again Sports here to congratulate all the parents for surviving another summer. The kiddos are back to school, and you know what that means? Sports are back. But don't fret. Play It Again Sports has the gear you need at prices worthy of excessive celebration. From sluggers and shooters to clappers and benders, Play It Again Sports can turn your kids into goats. Stop in today on Merrill Road near 295 or online at playitagainjacks.com.
Former Jaguars corner and first-year head football coach at Duval Charter School at Bay Meadows, K-12, Aaron Beasley here. Are you looking for an A-rated K-12 school prioritizing academics, arts, and athletics? Duval Charter School at Bay Meadows offers a rigorous curriculum to develop strong minds with an additional focus on growing good hearts. DCSB has been an A school for 8 years, and our tuition is free. Now enrolling. Apply at baymeadowscharter.org.
Does the building you go to work in every day need a little love and attention? Jason Parker here with Performance Painting. Great companies take great care of the buildings their staff and customers walk into every day. If the building you're in doesn't match the vision you have for your company, we can help. Go to performance-painting.com. Our highly trained team makes the difference. Quality coatings applied with pride.
Performance Painting. Hey, Hicken here with a message from Zero Res. Can you believe they've been cleaning carpets in Jacksonville now for 20 years? Dave Benyon and his family and staff are so grateful of things and appreciate you, their great customers. In fact, October's birthday month for Zero Res. So what are we doing for customers? Just say happy birthday, Zero Res, and we'll give you $50 off. That's $50 off carpet, tile, and grout, upholstery, or area rugs. Zero Res, man. Spell it forwards or backwards. Zero Res. It's the right way to clean.
Zero Res.
Hi, everybody. Mike Dempsey here, reminding you that November is Veterans Month, a time to celebrate and honor the heroes who've served our country. This November, Awaken 180 Weight Loss is showing their appreciation for active duty veterans and spouses by offering 15% off your entire Awaken 180 program, free support for life included. It's a thank you for the sacrifices you've made, protecting our freedoms and making this country what it is. This is special. Awaken 180 has never offered a discount, ever. If this incentive can help turn your focus on you, your health, your goals, and your happiness, I say go for it. Do what I did and choose the solution for weight loss. So if you're active duty, a veteran, or a spouse of one, this month is about you. Celebrate Veterans Month with 15% off your Awaken 180 program, and as with all clients, receive free support for life after reaching your goals. Do what I did, what Hacker did, and what Matt Hayes did, and over 23,000 others have done. Take control at awaken180weightloss.com.
Frank Frangie here for Stanley Pools. You know, pool design has come a long way, and if your pool is outdated, Stanley Pools specializes in bringing older pools up to date for the whole family to enjoy. That's why I did it a few years ago, and man, I love the way my pool looks now after we added travertine pavers and so much else. Stanley Pools has been serving our community since 1988, so call them today at 269-7277 or find them online at stanleypoolsfl.com. That's Stanley Pools, a family tradition of fine swimming pools.
Guys, don't suffer through this season with prostate, bladder, or kidney issues. Ackerman Urology has 4 convenient locations with advanced urological care to improve your health and vitality. Visit ackermanurology.com.
This is Dr. Steve Crenshaw, Assistant Team Physician for your Jacksonville Jaguars. Here's the latest update on the Jaguars brought to you by Baptist Health and JOI.
As the Packers drove the ball downfield in the final ticks of Sunday's game and then kicked a 24-yard chip shot field goal to seal the deal, reality kicked in as the Jaguars suffered another heartbreaking loss. Week after week, they seem to come up just inches short of a win. Doug Peterson was asked in yesterday's press conference what they can do differently, players and coaches, to finally come on top and win these close games.
Look, bottom line is sometimes, and I'm not saying this is the case, but you don't want to do too much on the field, right? You don't want to take things into your own hands and think you got to do somebody else. Just ask you to do your job. Coaches coach, players play, all that, but just do your job, and we'll be fine.
I'm Max Fink with your Jacksonville Orthopedic Institute Jaguars update.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Into the Night with Rick Ballou on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
You know, it's at the point where watching others lose is basically all I got.
Start spreading the news.
Tonight in Gotham. Just cut the throat. 0-4. Just do it.
I want to
go get it, Los Angeles. You're a better team anyway. It's a great baseball lesson. It's a great defensive baseball. And what really surprised me is, I know they got a 2-runner in the ninth, but it felt, and I didn't check the numbers, but it felt like L.A. pitching started with hitters counts all night long. 1-0, 2-0, 2-1, 3-1, and forced the battle their way back. But they played some good defense and was able to get up 3-0. Freddie Freeman is now homered in 5 straight World Series games. So look forward to that coming up tonight at 8:08. 69-71. Ballou, remember the 2022 Jags. They were 1-7. It's not over. Man, I appreciate your positivity. I really do. Brother, it is over. Okay? This thing is dead. This thing is completely that you've got that whole building. There are problems. And there have been teams who have had problems who have won. See Charlie Finley's A's of 72, 73, 74. What do they have on that team? Phenomenal talent. Okay? Hall of Famers. Really at every different group, right? Pitchers. Jim Catfish Hunter, Raleigh Fingers, Reggie Jackson. I guess that would be it as far as the Hall of Famers. Vida Blue probably should have gotten in if he didn't get injured. Very good positional players. The Bronx Zoo, 78, the Yankees, they come to mind. I'm trying to think if there was a football team that's ever been that way. Not really one comes to mind. Maybe some Raiders teams were kind of out there. But no, this team, this thing's broken.
They also weren't 1-7. They were 2-6.
Okay.
They were 3-7.
Okay.
So
69-71 got his math
happening, bro.
Right. I mean, give that team that extra win, 2-7, 3-7. Yeah.
It makes a huge difference considering they finished 9-8 or whatever it was, and snuck into the playoffs with that crazy ending against Tennessee. Was that the Josh Allen fumble return game?
I think it was.
Yeah.
40-10, Ballou, running the wrong routes is something that popped up a lot in Philly with Doug. Is it a scheme issue, poor teaching? I got to put that on the wide receiver coach. Right? It's his full-time job. As a matter of fact, let's be honest about this. Why put it on the players? You know? I mean, you got to know. This is your full-time job. And it's not the first time it's happened this year. There's been some other examples that I have talked about where there have been receivers right next to each other. Someone ran the wrong route. And, oh, by the way, that shouldn't apply, or excuse me, that still should apply to the practice squad wide receivers who get called up this week. They are full-time employees of this organization. They practice with them every day. They're involved in classroom work every day. This is about understanding your offense. I do not know what the situation was like in Philadelphia with Doug Peterson. 61-33, Ballou. Sunday when Trevor was under center, the running back got better, and the play action, Trevor looked better. Your thoughts? Yes. Trevor Lawrence is a better quarterback when he's up against it. Trevor Lawrence is not ready at 1 o'clock. Outside of the Miami game, all you got to do is, and he wasn't ready at 8 o'clock in Buffalo. Okay? I mean, look at what this team does in the first quarter. They averaged 2.5 points a game in the first 15 minutes. They always defer, which is just stupid. Okay? I mean, why not break something up? This football team all the time finds themselves in a hole. And they are completely asleep offensively in the first quarter. They do not move the football. And you've seen it now in consecutive weeks. I actually forgot what happened when they lost in Chicago. I have to look back on that. But certainly against New England, before you knew it, they were down 10-0. And then you saw what happened against Philadelphia. Before you knew it, they were down 2 possessions. They went 3 and out and 3 and out. Their last 2 first quarter time of possession. New England. The Patriots had it for 13:30. The Jaguars had it for 1:30. I mean, you can't make that up, for crying out loud. And what the heck did I do?
They actually did go on that long drive for a field goal.
To begin the late first into the second.
14 plays. No, I'm talking about the Bears game, to start the Bears game.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so New England was...
But that was it. The first half after that, it was 14-3 at half against the Bears. But they did have a semi-decent drive that went all the way down to the 12, but they had to settle for 3.
Do you have first quarter time of possession? Is there any way you can get that? Maybe tough. Against New England, it was 11:30 for the Patriots, 3:30 for the Jaguars. 2 days ago, against who the hell they played? Green Bay. Packers had it for 11 minutes and 19 seconds. The Jaguars had it for 3 minutes and 41 seconds. This is an awful trend. Because those who really understand football know that they put so much effort into scripting these plays. And they have failed miserably. Then all of a sudden you're down a couple of touchdowns and you're forced to come back and you scrap the huddle and you're calling plays that you get, even if it's being piped in from Press Taylor and into your headset, you're with audibles and everything you're doing, hand signals, no matter what it may be, you're changing calls. And you're doing that under the gun. And this team performs better in that situation. It's an awful, it's just a staggering, I mean, seriously. Don't you, 4:05 on Sunday in Philly. Don't you think by about 4:30 it's going to be 14-0 Philadelphia? I mean, I'm not saying this to be a jerk. I'm not saying this for any other reason outside of the fact that it's the truth. You're going to be down 10-0 or 14. You're not even going to be able to enjoy your first beer. Or if your buddy came over with his, his homemade bean dip. You're not even going to be able to enjoy that because before you actually get comfortable, it's going to be 10-0 or 14-0 Philadelphia. I mean, you play games like this where you don't even have a chance. And I get it. They came back. And that's another part of this that is just, if you didn't know any better, and I'll credit John Shipley for this, for what he wrote. I mean, it was yesterday. It might have been Sunday night. I don't know. I read everything whenever it pops up. But complement football. This organization plays like they hate one another. The offense hates the defense hates the offense. I mean, think of how many different examples of this club this year when one side does something really well and then it's time for the other side to match them and they let you down. I mean, it's game after game after game. And Trevor in that drive, running in the 12 personnel. You don't know what 12 personnel is. The way the NFL does it is they do it by backs, tight ends, wide receivers. So a 12 personnel is one running back behind Trevor Lawrence and two tight ends. So they're forced to go to a 12 because you're down 3 wide receivers. And they drive the entire football field and score. You tie the game up. All you need is for your defense to do its job. And they get gutted. 7 plays, 74 yards. You have a guy totally wide open. Busting coverage by Andre Sisco. That is anything but consistency or complementary football, right? It almost feels like there's a rift. And there's other examples. You could have put away Houston. What did they get the ball back with? Like 4 minutes and 31 seconds? I'll have to look back. Your defense forces 5 straight Houston punts. On the road. 5 straight possessions. Houston punts. The defense comes up huge. Jacksonville gets the ball. You can win it. Run out the clock and win it. What happens? Jacksonville's offense goes 3 and out. I think it was like a 46-second drive. 1 running play, 2 incomplete passes, punt. The 6th straight time, Houston scores and they win. They don't play complementary football. And listen, a lot of it is because they're really not very good. They're not. The only thing that Trent Baalke has done here, he's drafted a few what I believe can end up being very good football players. Brian Thomas Jr. has a chance to be an absolute star. Trayvon Walker, unfortunately, is going to have to live up to the label of being the top pick. If he was the 9th pick, you wouldn't hear anything. Those are two very good football players. I think Tank Bigsby, we know how running backs are not respected in this league. They're here and they're gone. They're here and they're gone. I think Tank's going to be good for at least 2 more seasons, right? He's got 2 years remaining under his rookie contract. He's going to be a really good football player. You still have Ingram. I wish I could be as confident about Tyson Campbell as I want to be. I just can't. Not yet. I got to see more of it, and he's been injured. And Josh Hines-Allen, I think kind of up and down. More up than down, but, I mean, is he worth that cash? All right, let's get ready for our second hour. Let's do that. 641-1010, much more on the Jags. Want to mix in our college football playoff projections. Always love going through that because it changes weekly. And it's a great week ahead. You know, quite a few teams on bye, some quality teams, but, man, there's some big-time games coming up this weekend in college football as well. So we'll do that. We'll get back to more of your thoughts as well on our text line, 641-1010. Brought to you by Lifetime Enclosures.
He is our quarterback savant, and he'll take you inside his mind.
So you can learn more about the science of quarterbacking.
Denny Thompson is the quarterback whisperer. Friday mornings on The Drill. Brought to you by Tyson Sound and Security and George Moore Chevrolet. Now you can watch 1010XL shows all day on X, Facebook, and YouTube. Brought to you by MyBookie. Experience Vegas from the comfort of your phone anytime, anywhere. Sign up today. Use promo code 1010XL.
Here's Linda Beaver.
Let's start the debate. Why would someone buy a new car from you? We have an exclusive 20-year, 200,000-mile warranty on every new vehicle. We offer a competitive wow price plus free oil changes. How much will someone get for their trade? We offer more than $4,000 over KBV value. Well, we never lose a trade over price. Okay, when is the best time to buy a car? Right now. Ladies and gentlemen, it doesn't matter which side you pick. At Beaver Toyota and Beaver Chevrolet, you get it all. Let us show you why we're the winning vote.
Hey, football fans, looking for the ultimate game day experience? Best Bet St. Augustine has you covered. We're talking big plays on the big screens, food specials that'll make your taste buds cheer, and drink deals that'll keep your spirits high. And get this, we're open till 4 a.m., serving food and drinks until 2. Make the smart play. Head to Best Bet St. Augustine and ante up for your team. Find us at bestbetjacks.com. That's bestbetjacks.com. Best Bet St. Augustine, where every game day is a win.
This is Mark Nato. My sons and I have seen the doctors and PAs at Southeast Ortho for everything from lumbar spine stress to elbow tendonitis. Southeast has always been there, been truthful, and always been on point. Everything they say happens. We can't thank them enough for what they've done and the great care that they have taken of our sons.
Relieve pain and get back to life. SOS. Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
The flagship station of the Jacksonville Jaguars. WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
Collisions happen on every play in football. Collisions also happen every day on the road. If you need auto body repair, from a $30 job to a $30,000 job, trust San Jose Collision in Mandarin.
If you're tired of your fence looking like a bad hair day, well, it's time for a fence makeover with Superior Fence and Rail. They'll make your yard the talk of the town with a new fence installed by their expert team.
Your fence is fantastic. My fence is giving all of my neighbors some serious pick and envy. Thanks, Superior Fence and Rail.
So get off the fence and call Superior Fence and Rail for your fence installation project today.
SuperiorFenceandRail.com.
If you are an experienced electrician looking for your next big opportunity, look no further than the Miller Electric Company, a trusted name in the industry for over 96 years. At Miller Electric, we tackle the biggest projects in the city, offering you the chance to showcase your skills on a grand scale. We believe in rewarding hard work with the best pay, top-notch benefits, and an unbeatable culture where people actually care about each other. Take your career to new heights with Miller Electric Company. Apply today at millercareers.com. Miller Electric, an equal opportunity employer.
SportsForecaster.com has all the data you need to project tomorrow's winners. Register for free and track the performance of all your favorite players and teams, including all your fantasy team picks and prospects. Sports Forecaster has the most detailed player profiles on the web, precise depth charts, every transaction, every injury, every news update. No ranting or raving, no preening or barstool bluster. At SportsForecaster.com, you get the timely info you need for every game. SportsForecaster.com. Sign up for free today.
I'm Clayton Bromberg, the president of Underwoods. One of the biggest changes we've seen in fine jewelry over the last 25 years has been the growth of jewelry designers. At Underwoods, we're the leader, bringing to North Florida the best names in designer jewelry. In fact, we carry designer lines in a similar way to how clothing stores carry designer labels. The difference is that jewelry designers have to be a little more timeless in their presentations because nobody wants to buy a fine piece of jewelry only to find out the next year it's gone out of style. That's why you'll find at Underwoods the best of the jewelry designer names, those that are tried and true and popular. Names like David Yerman, Roberto Coin, John Hardy, Marco Bichigo, Jude Francis, Lagos, Hippolyta, and a lot more are all available right now at Underwoods. So if you want the best looks in designer jewelry, stop by Underwoods, San Marco, Avondale, or the shops upon Avedra.
Want to be up close and personal with the Jaguars as they take the field? Here's your chance to be in the shadows, outside the Jaguars locker room, now called the Vault. Enter today at everbank.com/shadows. One winner and a guest for every home game at Everbank Stadium. No purchase necessary to enter or win. Open to legal residents in 50 United States and D.C. 18 and older. Entry periods for the Shadow Sweepstakes promotion from 8/19/24 to 12/15/24. For official rules and complete details, visit everbank.com/shadows. Sponsored administrator, Everbank N.A. member FDIC.
3D Digital has you covered for any of your business's digital marketing needs. From producing award-winning videos to getting those digital ads to follow your customers around the internet, our team has your back. Visit 3ddigital.com or give us a call at 904-712-4004 to schedule a free consultation today. 904-712-4004.
This is Keith Scott with Veterans Wholesale Cabinets. We are Northeast Florida's cabinet experts and your best option to elevate your home improvement project for both homeowners and contractors, and attention to detail to every project. VeteransWholesaleCabinets.com.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
All right, we have breaking news as we begin the second hour of the program. Cam Robinson has been traded to the Minnesota Vikings. This is according to Ian Rappaport and Tom Pelissaro of NFL Media. Christian Darrisaw out for the remainder of the year. Always have to double check to make sure that this is the real media and then someone is not out there catfishing us.
It's real. They just say right now exchange for draft pick compensation, but I probably in a few minutes we'll get more. Okay, here it is. Oh, no. He just says, rarely does a starting left tackle quality player become available midseason, but that's the case. 91 starts, franchise tag player, an impressive answer from the Vikings.
Let's guess here. Can they possibly get a fifth for Cam Robinson? I'm going to guess a sixth-round pick.
I was going to say a fourth.
Okay, maybe you're right. Maybe you are. I mean, maybe Cam Robinson is really valued around the NFL. A fourth-round pick is an awful lot for a guy that you're going to rent now for 11 games and hopefully the playoffs. I mean, that is quite a risk.
I just feel like they'd probably have like a few suitors, so probably a good amount of teams to
Well, we heard Kansas City.
With.
We heard Philadelphia.
Right.
We heard New York like 2 weeks ago, but the Giants just keep losing, so there's really no reason why they would be involved in any of this. But, okay, so this is a really good thing for this reason. And they won't do it. But what I would do, I would put Anton Harrison at left tackle. Tomorrow he would be my left tackle, and he would work. And I know they won't do it because it's midway through the season. They're going to say, no. Even though this coaching staff's not going to be there. Phil Rauscher's not going to be here. Doug Peterson's not going to be here. So, again, they're trying to win games. So it really is kind of fool's gold for me to even mention it because they're trying to win. And they're going to play Walker Little at left tackle, and they're going to play Anton Harrison at right tackle. The perfect world would be flip them because Harrison is your future left tackle. He is your starter there in 2025, and see if Walker Little can play right tackle. Maybe you find a little something there, and you can redo a deal with him. But, again, I think I'm just wasting airtime here. I really believe that Walker Little will be your left tackle, and Anton Harrison will be your right tackle. What is a concern about this? Trent Baalke's trading away players. Okay? No matter which way you think about this, Jacksonville's not a better team at 7:15 on a Tuesday night after trading Cam Robinson. If they are in a must-win situation, and that even applies to Roy Robertson Harris, not as much, who they traded a couple of weeks ago, but they're a better team with Cam Robinson. Anton Harrison has battled injuries. He's toughed it out. Walker Little has battled injuries. Okay? You've got 11 games remaining. History tells us that there's going to be another tackle involved here before it's all said and done. I don't know if they're going to go with the rookie. I don't know if they're going to go with Blake Hance. Who knows what they're going to end up doing. But they're going to have to make another move for a backup tackle. I guess Blake Hance was promoted a little bit earlier today up off the practice squad. But that's the fear that I would have with this move and any other move that will or could take place. You don't typically trade away football players for future late round picks unless you know that you're going to be the guy in charge next year. So that's the only downside to this. I think everything else is encouraging. Okay, while we're at it. So Roy Robertson Harris traded. Cam Robinson traded moments ago to the Minnesota Vikings. I still think there's a chance that Brandon Sheriff is traded as he's starting right guard. Okay, there are teams around the league that believe you can plug and play this guy, playoff would-be teams, that he's an upgrade for some of these organizations at right guard. I think there's a real good chance that with an expiring contract, he could be traded from right now up until next Tuesday at 4 o'clock. Andre Sisco is an expiring contract. I would absolutely trade him if you could get anything in return. He's just had a terrible year. He's not part of the future. I do understand the school of thought from some people that say, well, wait a minute, don't trade away all these players. If you do bring in a new head coach, if you do bring in a new general manager, you want them making the decisions. I got you. But Andre Sisco's contract's running out. You're not paying that man. You got to let him go. Devin Lloyd is very intriguing to me. I would like to hang on to Devin Lloyd. My linebackers are Aloha Khan and Ventrell Miller. Let's take a break here because I'm overdue. We'll continue this thought on the other side. I was going to get to some college football, but with this breaking news, we're more into, the now, and that is Cam Robinson. So let's stay with this. I last couple of minutes before last segment, I overdid it, so I got to get caught up here as far as our time. But if you're joining us now for the first time, it just came through. Cam Robinson traded to the Minnesota Vikings, waiting to hear what the draft pick was in exchange. Hopefully we'll have that coming up momentarily.
Get inside the mind of Jags coach Doug Peterson.
I'd be lying if I said I didn't have butterflies.
Coach Speaks. Fridays at 4:05 on The Franchi Show.
I want to win.
Brought to you by Renewal by Anderson. Custom windows and doors on 1010XL.
Imagine driving a late model Corvette, BMW, Mercedes, Lexus, Honda, Chevy, Ford, and more, all at a fraction of the original sticker price. Visit Vaughn Motor Group's indoor showroom and browse a great selection of dream cars that are inspected with warranties. Before you make your next auto purchase, check out Vaughn Motor Group on San Jose Boulevard or at vaughnmotorgroup.com for a complete inventory listing. If you can dream it, you can drive it at Vaughn Motor Group.
This is Hayes Carline for First Florida Credit Union. I bank with First Florida Credit Union because I trust them. I can always count on them when it comes to the vast services they provide. First Florida Credit Union was voted Best Bank in the 2024 Best of Bold City Community Choice Awards, and it's easy to see why. I go to the branch off 210 in St. Johns County and the new Durbin location, but they have 10 branches in the Jacksonville area. You need to be banking with First Florida Credit Union. They're enriching people every day. Federally insured by NCUA, Equal Housing Opportunity Lender.
Yo, what's happening, sports bettors? It's your boy E to the T, and our listeners have been killing it in a year full of surprises. MyBookie is the one book that got your back. No fluff, no second guessing, just straight up action. Does other sports books pay out when you push on a bet? MyBookie pays you back. And if you're new to the game and not sure where to start, we've got you covered. Start up using promo code 1010XL, and that'll double your bankroll with a 100% deposit bonus right from jump. Here's a pro tip to get you rolling. The NFL teams with powerhouse offensive lines are dominating the run game this year, and betting game total unders has been printing money. So stack that on MyBookie Risk-Free Thursdays. That's right, there's a new risk-free odds boost every Thursday. To find the bet, click the Bet Boost tab and scroll down. If it hits, you win. If it doesn't, MyBookie refunds you your money. Sign up and get that double deposit bonus with MyBookie. That's the best sign-up bonus in Florida for Florida bettors. Bet anything, anytime, anywhere with MyBookie.
High Flying Jack O'Brien here, sports fans. And now, I'm going to share the absolute right way to pronounce Kuhn flowers. It's Kuhn. Kuhn flowers. Remember, use Kuhn flowers.
Picture this. It's a dark and stormy night, and your toilet is acting possessed. But fear not, for Duck Duck Rooter is here to exorcise those plumbing demons and banish them to the nether world. So if you're facing a plumbing horror story straight out of a nightmare, summon the spectral expertise of Duck Duck Rooter. Call 904-862-6769 and bid those plumbing phantoms farewell. Duck Duck Rooter, where we tackle plumbing scares so you don't have to.
Frank Frangie here for Stanley Pools. You know, pool design has come a long way, and if your pool is outdated, Stanley Pools specializes in bringing older pools up to date for the whole family to enjoy. That's why I did it a few years ago, and man, I love the way my pool looks now after we added travertine pavers and so much else. Stanley Pools has been serving our community since 1988, so call them today at 269-7277 or find them online at stanleypoolsfl.com. That's Stanley Pools, a family tradition of fine swimming pools.
Navy Mutual was created by service members for service members, so we know what it means to serve. Our policies have no active duty service restrictions, so you can rest assured that you're covered no matter your duty station, home or abroad. To go even further, we promise that premiums will not be higher for those who serve in dangerous environments, including aviation, diving, or on deployments. Let us help you protect those you love the most. Learn more at NavyMutual.org.
I'm with Greg Mackey from Cycles of Jacksonville, and even though you're the place to go for fun, you're also a place to go for generators. People need generators.
And the Honda lineup is amazing. They make the super quiet model, inverter technology, the electricity's super clean. You can have conversations with them. You can back up your whole house with a Honda generator. So we have them in stock, and we're ready to ride.
So you have generators big enough that could run everything in the house?
Absolutely.
Check it out, Cycles of Jacksonville on Atlantic near Regency for generators.
Hello, First Coast. I'm sure by now you have seen our bright green GFL trucks and containers throughout the greater Jacksonville area. We're an industry leader in solid waste and would love the opportunity to earn your business. We're committed to customer service, reliability, and have an unwavering focus on safety. Whether commercial or construction, let us haul your waste away. Call 904-760-5880 to get a quote today. From GFL, Green for Life.
This is Walker Little of your Jacksonville Jaguars for Kingfish Pest Control.
I've been a Kingfish customer for a while now and can confirm that their service is incredible. Not only do they protect my family from pests, Kingfish's office staff is the friendliest around. They even email me a photo of the tech before arriving at my home. Kingfish Pest Control is a proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Be sure to enter their Swat That Kick sweepstakes for free pest control for 3 years. Go to kingfishpest.com and tell them Walker Little sent you.
This season, check out our revamped website at southernsteerbutcher.com. Click on the Promotions tab and our Jacksonville weekly grilling specials will hit you in the face like a hot route over the middle.
For tasty tips and juicy breasts, choose Southern Steer Butcher.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Let's go into the night with Rick Ballou on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
Trent Baalke is a master of his craft, and he is making moves. No one is untouchable. Cam Robinson pedaled to Minnesota. Still waiting to hear about the compensation. We know that it is a draft pick. But let's have some fun here. If I put $10,000 on the table, I'm going to stay with a 6th-round pick. But I can see, man, you know, I could see a 5th, a 4th. Wow, you think a 4th, huh?
No, not necessarily, but I wouldn't be shocked. I would be more shocked if it's a 6th than a 4th, though. I would say 5, but if it's, I'm more leaning 4.5 than 5.5. And even if it's a, you know, you assume the Vikings are probably going to go to the playoffs, finish with, 10 or plus wins. So maybe a middle of the road to not that great of a pick in that round.
Got a lot of people sending me stuff. Some people I really do trust, just waiting on compensation. Hey, listen, if he gets a 4th-round pick for Cam Robinson, that's a tip of the cap to Trent Baalke. Okay, now, I wouldn't have brought him back the last 2 years, but we're living in the now, right? You get a 4th-round pick, that's a good move. I think if you get a 5th-round pick, it is a good move. They've made deals before with Minnesota. The Ezra Cleveland trade, I have to look back and see what the actual compensation was involved with Ezra Cleveland.
Apparently, they worked together in San Francisco. Baalke and the GM for the Vikings.
Mm-hmm. I'm being told they already have a 3rd. I don't know. I haven't really studied I just haven't gotten into the 2025 draft class.
So it was a 6th-rounder for Cleveland last year.
Okay, so they gave up a 6th-rounder. But I'm trying to think, wasn't there another deal involved? Minnesota, it feels like they've done something else with Minnesota. I just can't think of it off the top of my head. So anyway, we'll see. And we'll continue to track this for you. It is big news, though. No question about it. I think that this, and, this is the part of it that gets lost. And over the years, I've seen bad teammates. I've seen bad representation. I'll tell you a story right now that is out of the statute of limitations, so I can now get into it a little bit for you. Is in Denver, the plane had a mechanical issue, the charter. So we stayed in the locker room in Denver for a couple of hours while the plane was getting fixed, and this was in the midst of the Jalen Ramsey faking a back injury and wanting out. And Jalen was always boys with everyone. I mean, Jalen was his own little world, but he was a leader vocally, even though he didn't want to be, he was because he's a great player. And if you're not a great player in the NFL, you have no chance of being a leader. But it was really an awkward situation where they brought in a bunch of food and everyone's watching the Sunday night game as we wait for the plane to get fixed. And Jalen was all off on his own. And you've seen situations like this. You saw it in the preseason this year where they dressed Roy Robertson Harris. And it was a story because he was pouting. He was kind of on his own. That's the best word I can use to describe Roy Robertson. He was pouting. Well, Cam Robinson was obviously displeased about not getting the start Sunday against Green Bay. They went with Walker Little. There was talk that he had a run-in with Doug Peterson to the point where Peterson addressed that yesterday. Went back and forth with Mike DiRocco about it. Were their words? Was it this? Was it that? And you move them 2 days later. Okay, so the obvious answer to that is, yeah, you just don't want guys like that around. It's the hours, the minutes go by like hours when you're part of a losing franchise. And I've always known that, but I'm telling you, from my 8 years worth of experience, when you travel with the team, you see things and you hear things that, and for the most part, I'm going to keep it. I'm not going to say anything else. Okay, every once in a while, a little piece out here, a little piece there, but it's nothing that is really significant. For the obvious reasons. I mean, I appreciated the gig, and I really enjoyed it, and there's no reason to come out and bury negativity. But being around a losing program, do you have any idea how taxing that is on everyone? I mean, so many people behind the scenes have a job to do, medically speaking. The equipment guys, the staff that logistically, what a great logistically speaking, the staff they have over there, the equipment. I mean, there's so many really good people in this organization that put together 12, 14, 16-hour days. The video led by Mike Perkins and his staff. I mean, just incredible people, large numbers who put together so much hard work. I mean, when you travel, the way they do it now, the way they have all this film and the way things are broken down is every coach has a laptop where they're being given the film, the study of their position group, and players get it. And it's just, there's so much effort. And when you win, everything's great. Life's great. When you lose, man, it's awful. And if you're a high-priced guy like Cam Robinson that's making over $1 million. Cam Robinson made over $1 million to pout on the sideline Sunday. $1 million. Okay? And he ended up being, in this instant, he's a bad moment. He's a bad teammate. You got to get rid of the guy. Right? You don't want him hanging his head and him walking around doing whatever it is when you are a losing franchise. And, I talk about the Leonard Fournette story often. They got rid of him for nothing because they knew they were going to have a losing year, and they didn't want a guy like Leonard Fournette in the locker room where they were going to lose and lose and lose and lose because he would not be a good teammate. Leonard Fournette didn't care if you won or lost. Jalen Ramsey cared. Okay? That's why he faked the back injury and walked his way out of town. He had had enough. But we remember Jalen Ramsey. I mean, at the time, it was kind of funny. Jalen Ramsey crying on the bench. The man wanted to win. He wanted to win. He may be your number one. You can't stand him. Are you trying to tell me you wouldn't take back Jalen Ramsey with open arms? Hell yeah, I would. Now, I don't think he's the same player he once was. I think his skills have diminished a little bit because of the injuries. But there's a guy who wants to win. There's not enough of those people around anymore. Jags traded down with the Vikings.
Last draft. That was the other Vikings move they made.
With Brian Thomas, the Brian Thomas
Correct.
deal. Okay. We got their third and fourth round. Okay. So when it comes to Minnesota, I tell you what, Trent Baalke, his relationship there appears to have worked. Still trying to get official word on this. as to what the actual compensation is. But if it's a 4th-round pick, I would be thrilled. If it's a 5th-round pick, I would still be fairly excited. I think it's going to be a 6th-round pick. Now, I may be dead wrong on this. I hope we get it before we get off the air. If not, Hacker Nation we'll have it for you. I'm checking everywhere. I've yet to see anything.
No, nothing yet. Does any bit of you, like, after that exchange between D-Rock and Doug about this, doesn't that just, like, Doug's so unlikable? You know, and this is a perfect example of it yesterday or whenever that was. Like, and then they trade him 2 days later. Like, why do you have to be like that? You could definitely not answer the question without being a complete ass.
Yeah.
And he is.
Bill told Cam that he wasn't starting. Was there an argument between those two at all or anything? No.
Did you see one?
No. I was told that there might have been some words exchanged, so I wanted to check.
Well, anytime you have a conversation, there's words exchanged.
Oh my God.
Angry words exchanged. How about that?
Yeah, no, that'd be news to me.
Dude, you're so, like, no one likes... I can't wait till he's gone. Honestly, he's so unlikable.
Really?
Yes.
I find I'm the exact opposite.
I'm the smartest guy in the room at all times, act and, like, talking down to everybody. Nah,
see, to me, Jack Del Rio...
27's a long-ass time ago. You ain't done nothing here, all right?
If
like,
I was listening to you...
to people like that.
You sound like you're describing Jack Del Rio to me.
I don't know anything about that.
Yeah, and I like
way
Jack.
Before my time.
But Jack was the smartest guy. Yeah, that's interesting to me. And that's fine. I mean, that's your opinion. That's fine. I like Doug. I just think it's gone totally upside down.
No, he's always like that with the media. It makes everybody wait all the time. It's always he's unlikable. I don't like
that
him,
was
and I don't think he's a good coach.
Buffalo was a problem. That was just unprofessional. You can't do that. You can't make the media wait. I mean, I'm going to Philly this weekend for the game. I hope it's anyway. I'm not going to complain about it anymore. I complain enough about the Buffalo situation, and they heard. But it's just, and it's, I mean, if I go cover a game in Buffalo or I go cover a game in Philadelphia, I'm there for one reason. Right? I'm there to go to the locker room after the game to get the players' side of what just took place.
Right.
And when he took 45 minutes to an hour to get to us in Buffalo, I nearly could not get any interviews. Can you imagine me explaining to our bosses, sorry, guys, because, with my reputation, it would be, did Ballou have 14 Miller Lights during the game and he couldn't get into the... I mean, I have to get... That's what I'm there for. And it almost didn't happen. And, others have deadlines. They have the entities they work for, whether it's ESPN or anything else, they need to print a story. So, yeah, that was bad. That was Doug Peterson at his absolute worst. And I guess he said that he was getting his ass chewed out by Shad Khan. And Shad Khan doesn't care, and in this case, I think Doug Peterson didn't care. And it was a little bit of a story here. But I'm telling you, if he had done that in Philadelphia when he was a member of the Philadelphia Eagles, they would have gone absolutely bananas in Philadelphia. If he had done that in Boston, if he had done that in New York, the media there would have gone absolutely crazy. There wasn't a lot of away media. I mean, it was myself, it was Demetrius Harvey, and it was Mike DeRocco, who did not work with the team. Those are the only three reporters who were on the scene. So, it would be nice to say, well, Ballou, why don't you just get up and leave the Doug Peterson press conference? You'd have had two people there from Jacksonville covering it. So, it's almost like you got to be a part of it because...
And do people just, walk out of a press conference right in the middle of it?
That's what I did. I asked a question and I left because I was like, these guys are going to be showered up and on the bus.
Right.
And it's one of those deals. You can't come back without the sound. I can't turn around and explain I didn't have an opportunity to get sound because Peterson wasn't there, and by the time I went into the locker room, they were all gone. It doesn't work. My job is to be there for that reason. So, yeah, it was bad.
Yeah, we got a texter that's like, how is he supposed to answer that dumbass question? How is that a dumbass question?
It's a great question by Mike
You
Tarocco.
have to ask that when everyone's talking about how Cam Robinson refused to go in the game. Like, that would have been malpractice by the media to not ask about that. Like, what are you, dumb? Like,
we often get blamed for not asking.
Exactly.
I mean, last week
it would have been ridiculous if they didn't ask that.
What was I asked last week? How come no one's asked about Deshaun Gibson? I'm like, brother, every press conference that they've had, he's been asked about Deshaun Gibson. They just don't want to give you an answer. Actually, they can't give you an answer because it's now an NFL decision.
Which
it's not a Jaguars
totally
decision.
Forgot about that story. That's a weird one.
Yeah, and it's weird by the NFL. It's not weird by the Jaguars.
Oh, we have full terms 13 seconds ago.
Uh-oh. Give us the
All
music,
right.
please.
Oh,
Give yourself the proper sound for crying out loud.
all right, this is from Ian Rappaport Rap Sheet on Twitter. The Vikings get Cam Robinson and a conditional 2026 seventh that can go away based on playtime. The Jags get a conditional 2026 fifth that can become a fourth based on playtime.
Ooh, so you were right.
Maybe.
Oh, Cam's going to go there and play out of his ass.
He's going to
Cam's
play
gonna
every
be a
game.
Cam's going to go there.
He never did here.
Cam's going to be the best Minnesota offensive lineman since Ron Yari. Okay.
Don't know that reference, but it's still hilarious.
Google the name Ron Yari. Okay, the guy was an absolute legend. We'll put our final thoughts on this one. Cam Robinson moved to Minnesota for a conditional 5th round pick, which could be a 4th rounder.
English is their second language. Their native tongue is teal and black.
Let's go!
Mike Dempsey and Fat Tony bring you Jaguars Today.
From the Renewal by Anderson Custom Windows and Doors Studios.
10 to noon on 1010XL.
Here's Linda Beaver.
Let's start the debate. Why would someone buy a new car from you? We have an exclusive 20-year, 200,000-mile warranty on every new vehicle. We offer a competitive wow price plus free oil changes. How much will someone get for their trade? We offer more than $4,000 over KBV value. Well, we never lose a trade over price. Okay, when is the best time to buy a car? Right now. Ladies and gentlemen, it doesn't matter which side you pick. At Beaver Toyota and Beaver Chevrolet, you get it all. Let us show you why we're the winning vote.
Hey, Hicken here with a message from Zero Res. Can you believe they've been cleaning carpets in Jacksonville now for 20 years? Dave Benyon and his family and staff are so grateful of things and appreciate you, their great customers. In fact, October's birthday month for Zero Res. So what are we doing for customers? Just say happy birthday, Zero Res, and we'll give you $50 off. That's $50 off carpet, tile, and grout, upholstery, or area rugs. Zero Res, man. Spell it forwards or backwards. Zero Res. It's the right way to clean.
Zero Res.
Hey, Jacksonville Koozies, it's me, Soccer Sam, for Salvatore's Pizza. Rochester, New York's favorite pizza is now open in Jacksonville, Florida, Tapestry Park at the Loft Hotel Plaza. Daily $10 deals, dine in with beer and wine, and delivery at salvatores.com. The famous Formoso family brings Salvatore's Pizza, Rochester's favorite pizza, including our 32-piece sheet pizza for your next event. Go with me, baby. Salvatores.com.
Why do you choose Farah and Farah? First, we have the financial resources to take on any insurance company, and our track record proves that we know how to win. Our attorneys and staff are a team, and we've worked together for decades. To us, our job is much more than just a paycheck. We love to help. And this is important. We never forget. It's not about us. It's all about you. Farah and Farah, Jacksonville.
It's hard to stop the Tomahawk Chop.
I'm RJ Saunders. Follow Florida State's road to the college football playoff on the Seminole Report.
Brought to you by your local Ag Pro, your home team on 1010XL.
Hey, Hicken here for Prize Picks. Download the app today and use code JAX, J-A-X, to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. That's promo code JAX to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks, man. Run your game.
What if you could be debt-free by this January? Get rid of all that high-interest debt, pay off all your credit cards, consolidate everything into one lower payment. Hey, it's Prosper here, and if you're ready to stop stressing over bills, you need to call Loan Pronto right now. With rates at their lowest in 2 years, this is the perfect chance to use your home's equity and save big going into the new year. Loan Pronto's got rates with APRs in the low 5s, and they're getting homeowners hundreds of thousands out of their home's equity. Homeowners who do this save on average $850 a month. Loan Pronto offers a ton of options, including total refis, express equity lines of credit. So call now, get a rate quote in just minutes with no hard credit pull and no upfront fees like those other guys. Call today. You won't make a house payment till 2025. 904-999-1508. That's loanpronto.com or 904-999-1508. Equal housing lender, NMLS 1661781 on approved credit, NMLSconsumeraccess.org.
Chelsea here. Florida homeowners, are your windows working as hard as they should? With Renewal by Andersen, our energy-efficient custom windows and doors help keep the cool air in during those scorching months. That means lower energy bills and a more comfortable home year-round. For the month of October, Renewal by Andersen has a limited time offer. Buy 4 windows and our patio doors and get the 5th one free. Some restrictions apply. Visit bestwindowsflorida.com for all the details. That's bestwindowsflorida.com. License number CGC 1527613.
Instant Keys. You don't have to go to the dealer. Instant Keys comes to you. Call 904-722-1111.
Instant Keys saves the day if you've lost or broken keys. They can program new keys and remotes for nearly every make and model of vehicle at a fraction of the dealership cost. Fast, honest, and reliable locksmith service. Call Instant Keys, 722-1111.
Are you looking for a place to outfit your truck or van? It's Catlin Truck Accessories. For 105 years and 4 generations, Catlin is the name you can count on. This is Keith Catlin, and we know trucks and vans too, from Lear toppers, ladder racks, van shelving, strobe lighting, roll and lock bed covers, and everything in between. If you want quality product and great customer service, there's only one name. It's Catlin.
Who can you count on? Count on Catlin.
For 105 years, you can count on Catlin.
Find your why with membership at the First Coast YMCA. The Y has something for everyone at any age. Come try free access to your local Y every Wellness Wednesday this month. Check out our fitness classes, swimming, pickleball, youth sports, and so much more for free every Wednesday in October. Plus, we'll waive the join fee when you become a member this month. Get active, be social, live healthier, and discover all the benefits of YMCA membership at your local Y or visit fcymca.org.
October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and Ackerman Cancer Center offers women's health, diagnostic, and screening services, including contract-enhanced mammography and total body MRI. Early detection is the key. Visit AckermanCancerCenter.com.
1010XL is presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Now, the cool down from the cool guys at Donovan Air Electric and Plumbing. Fast, reliable, and honest service since '87.
And that is Cam Robinson getting traded to the Minnesota Vikings, along with Cam Robinson, a conditional 2026 7th-round pick that can also go away based on play time. The Jaguars, as compensation, they get a conditional 2026 5th-round pick that can become a 4th-round pick based on playing time. Not as attractive with it being a 2026 pick as a 2025 pick, obviously. I mean, Trent Baalke, as I said, he's going to be here longer than us all. And this guy is building the future years down the road. You had to get rid of Cam Robinson. We've discussed the reasons why, but I thought for sure they would have gotten something for next season. That's not the case. It's a 5th-round pick in 2026, and it can move up to the 4th round, again, based on playing time for Cam Robinson. And you know how this is going to work out. Cam's going to slide on over there to Minnesota and play very well for 11 games because it's very important to him. It's a contract year. He plays really well for 11 games and the playoffs. Then all of a sudden he's in a situation where he can be a left tackle with another team and once again get paid.
Now, the 2-minute drill, brought to you by Injury Care Centers. Discover BioTarget Regenerative Therapy, a safer drug-free solution for lasting pain relief. Visit GoBioTarget.com.
All right, always fun to walk in when you have a breaking story.
Yeah, you and I talked about this last night when Ezra Cleveland got hurt on Sunday and Cooper Hodges came in instead of Cam coming into left tackle and moving Walker Little to left guard. You kind of knew something was up. And, here we are basically 48 hours later. He's on his way to Minnesota. Minnesota just trades us all their picks.
Yeah.
Keep in mind that we already have their third and their fourth rounder in 2025 from the Brian Thomas Jr. trade back.
Yep.
So now this is a fifth in 2026 that could turn into a fourth. So Balky does good business with the Vikings.
What I hate about this, and it's just disgusting, is Cam Robinson made more than $1 million on Sunday and did not go in and play.
Yeah, there's one line of thinking. I don't know. It smells weird to me what happened. If you want your best five out there, you can't tell me when Ezra Cleveland got hurt that Cam, Walker, Morse, Sheriff, and Anton would have been your best five.
Right.
So why did Cam not go in the game?
Yeah.
Did he not go in the game because they were going to trade him and they knew it? Did he not go in the game because, I don't know, Rick, was he angry that he got benched? There's all sorts of things you can ponder.
Right.
But at the end of the day, Cam Robinson comes back to Everbank Stadium in 11 days.
That's right.
When the Minnesota Vikings come here. So that'll be a nice homecoming 11 days from now for Cam Robinson.
Didn't even think about that.
Yeah, it's the next home game for the Jaguars.
So he'll be taking on Trayvon Walker. He'll be taking on Josh Hines Allen. That's coming up again right around the corner. Didn't even think about that with obviously the game coming up at Philadelphia this weekend. What else coming up?
Yeah, well, we're going to talk more about Cam Robinson. This is both a true statement, I believe, and also a sad statement. 30-plus years of Jaguar football, he's on the Mount Rushmore for offensive tackles. It's Baselli, it's Searcy, it's Mo Williams, and it's probably Cam Robinson. Are your top four offensive tackles in Jaguar history?
Boy, it's tough to argue with that. It's been an awful position.
It's 30 years.
Right.
And Cam Robinson is one of your four best offensive tackles. That's wild.
Yeah, it's been terrible. Really, the offensive line, I mean, outside of the late 90s, mid to late 90s, it's been a bad brand of football.
With all due respect to Tony Pashos and Khalif Barnes and Ephraim Salam and all the other great Mike Pearson, all the other great tackles that played here.
I used to see Tony Pashos at Chicago Pizza.
I have no doubt that he was a character, too.
Yeah, he was a very good guy.
Yeah, no, he was great.
Right.
So we'll obviously talk a lot about Cam Robinson. Matt Verderam of Sports Illustrated is going to join me to talk Jags, a little AFC South. What a crazy day in the South.
Oh, yeah.
Stephon Diggs out for the year. The Colts benching Anthony Richardson. My gosh. We're going to talk a little Florida State with you coming up in a little bit. Also, Ryan Fowler of Bleacher Report. So we're absolutely jam-packed beginning here in about 5 minutes.
All right. Have a great show.
Thanks, Rick.
That's it. I mean, hey, who knows? Tomorrow, another day. Could be another move for Trent Baalke. Pedals away Cam Robinson. It's a 2026 fifth-round pick. Could be a fourth-round pick with the Minnesota Vikings. We will see. Is Brandon Sheriff next? Is it Andre Sisco? Could it be Travis Etienne? I hope not for Etienne. The other two are expiring contracts. I'd move them if you can get anything for him. Maybe Baalke's at work right now. He'll get a 2037 sixth-round pick for Brandon Sheriff. Stay tuned. Hackers next for JJ. I'm Rick Ballou.